or we'll be shortly live.
There we are.
All right.
Live. What's up, everybody? Good evening.
Welcome to another Live at the Workbench with Paul and Brian. I'm Brian.
I'm Paul. We should have done that backwards, see if anyone would have caught that.
I don't know. They don't know us very well yet. We don't have a huge fan base yet. That's yet. It's a 12-step program. Actually, it's more like a 1,200-step program for us, but
it's at least 31 steps so far.
So far. Hey, and so far, so good.
That's right.
They've been quality.
Good steps.
Quality 30 steps so far. Actually, no, we had some missteps. My computer pooed out a few times.
Well,
Yeah, I'm sure you remember. There we go. Boom. Shared.
Oh, you shared it already?
Oh, yeah. Beat you to it. Oh, shit.
Sweet.
I am going over to our friends at the GBA as well.
Cool. Then I will close my Discord so it doesn't ding at me the whole time.
Excellent. Yeah, mine would ding through my headphones, but.
And I didn't even think of that. Maybe it does just ding in my head.
I make my phone quiet.
Maybe it's just in my head.
Get that off the screen. All right. I know Jeff's going to be listening to us while he is at work. So that's a thing.
Set up my workbench area here.
Background. Yeah. All right. Okay. I gotta make some of my own little standing swatches. These ones are beat. Oh, my finger is healing remarkably fast.
Oh yeah, you almost cut it off the other day, right?
No, I just cut like the tip off.
Oh, okay. That's not too bad.
Nah. I lost 1/16 of an inch. But it's back.
Yeah. It's like when you cut your hair, so you get better growth, you know?
It's back at least a 30-second, so my mutant healing factor has been doing quite good.
I'm working on where I'm going to start. First. Master grade age 1 normal. This is my first age kit, period, in any scale.
Nice.
Which would make sense because they didn't really make too many of them. It was not a very popular series.
I have not watched nor made any age.
I watched the show. It was interesting.
That's like the familial, generational.
Gundam. Yeah. It had that's actually what it had a really awesome concept. Like I think it had the potential to be really, 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 really cool, and they kind of messed up the tone a little bit.
Is that where the burning Gundam comes from?
No, that's from Build Fighters.
Oh. That was the build burning.
I think it was the burning first, and then the build burning. It was like and then like the Kamiki burning or something else. I don't know what the hell.
I don't effing know. I fell off on that series.
Yeah. As did I.
I liked,
the first one actually was okay.
I like this, even the second one with Reiji or whatever his name was. Try.
Was Reiji in the first or the second one?
I can't remember. Maybe it was in the second.
But the second one, the kid was like Reiji number 2 anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
He was like they were almost the same character.
Yeah.
The first one, they were both not bad, not terrible. Divers, I couldn't even tell you. I watched like 3 episodes.
Yeah, no.
Like, I'm out here.
Yeah.
So maybe it ended up being really good. Maybe it continued to suck. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, maybe it was fantastic.
They have the dub now.
Oh, right. I almost watched an episode of it once.
Just once.
Well, I mean, to be honest.
One day I'll give it a try when I have nothing else to watch.
Yeah, I was at that point. I was like, oh, maybe. And then I just watched Captain America again.
I'd rather just watch like a non-Gundam anime at that point, though. Probably there's still quite a few things I want to watch on that front. So,
oh yeah,
I did go last night. I don't know. Have you ever watched or have you ever seen Code Geass?
I haven't watched it, but I've heard of it.
Oh, okay. The movie came out yesterday in theaters, and I went and saw it.
Oh, what do you think?
Very good. I would recommend watching this show because you can get it in dub, and the dub's actually really good. It's got the guy who plays Orga, Johnny, the main character. So It's got good vocals, good dub, and it's got mecha. But the story is much, much better than just about any Gundam series.
Oh, well, that's a plus as well.
Yeah, it's less mecha and more story.
Oh, like one of your teenage dramas you like so much?
Gundam Seed. No, I just said that's what it is. Gundam Seed is more of a drama than... But hey, I'll watch a good dramatic anime. Why not?
Sure. What am I talking about? I won't watch that shit.
This one's got quite a few polycaps.
I watch plenty of dramatic anime. I watch Gundam. Just wrapping up with Mobile Suit Breakdown.
Oh yeah, they finished.
They finished OG.
Did they do one whole podcast per?
No,
episode, or they do like 10.
I think they started out doing them slower, and then they jumped to doing like 2 per. So they finished out the first 42 episodes of the original series in 32 episodes of the podcast.
And how long is the each podcast? Like
about an hour.
About an hour?
Yeah. And they give you like a half an hour of like exposition and discussion of the events of the episodes directly. And like just talking about that whole thing and how it all relates to each other and blah, 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 blah. And then they give you the second half is like a historical dive and like psychological analysis and like relations to the things with the Cold War, World War II, and like Vietnam, Korea, all that stuff. They're going through the entire Gundam series in order of its release, not in chronological order. So they did first Gundam, and then they're moving to Zeta. They're going to talk about, or right now where I am, they're talking about the compilation movies. And then here, like within a week or so, they're going to start Zeta. And that should be interesting. Because the one host is very versed in Gundam, familiar with everything. And then the other host is like a super noob, but has like, is either like half Japanese maybe, or like has like direct ties to Japan and knows like all of this amazing and cares enough to research all of this amazing like information. I don't know. It's really, really cool. And they're here in New York. Woo!
Does he...
Tom is the guy's name. Tom.
Is the other guy kind of watching as he's going, or are they both there? I'm assuming they both are.
They both watched the episodes like multiple times and go through it.
Oh, okay. That is really cool.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet, and they're like, very well spoken, and the show is edited very well. Guess what?
Yeah, it must be quite a bit of work because you got to research history and
yeah, and they do a lot too, and it's like
it'd be hard for me to just talk about a Gundam episode and have it come out sounding
cohesive.
Yeah,
or like cognizant.
I can see why they didn't do one. There's like a good chunk of, especially if they went through the whole series of 79 of original Gundam, where it's just like Char chasing the white base through the desert and stuff, and like, how am I going to catch him this week? That kind of thing.
I mean, there is some of that, but there's broader points in every episode, so it's more than just Char.
No, but I mean, like it's like that shonen style anime in a good, like a nice percentage of the middle of that series is like that. Like before they talk about, like before new types start to become a thing, or they really mention that, and like after the whole beginning of the show where you're being introduced to the characters there, and probably after Rambaral dies, even there's like a good portion of that where they're like, it's like white base going through the desert, and then like Char's got a new plan of how to, get the Gundam away from Amuro.
Char just keeps getting upgrades, and Amuro just keeps upgrading.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and you don't know quite what's going on at that point.
Yeah, but it's weird because the way that the show, the way they really break it down is amazing, because I've grown in appreciation of original Gundam from listening to this show, because of all the little things that I didn't notice or realize were a thing that could be important.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I haven't watched 79 in a while though. That was like after Iron Blooded Orphans. That was the first thing I watched.
Oh yeah, which is wild.
Well, I figured let me start at the beginning. I don't.
Yeah.
I was really worried about like what to watch, because it was a little confusing when you read. You're like, what alternate universe? Like, what the hell are these people talking about? Because it's not.
Because you were into like anime a lot.
Exactly, and it doesn't really happen in U.S. culture, like for movies. I don't know if that really happens other than like a reboot. But the reboots are a little different.
Yeah.
But yeah, that happens very frequently in anime. Like, oh, wait, you know what? Everything didn't really go the way we thought it was, so we'll just retell that story.
Well, I mean, a lot of stories in general are just retold stories.
Well, I mean, like same series though. Like Evangelion. Let's reboot it.
Yeah, Ava's pretty wild and egregious.
But that's not that uncommon. Actually, the Code Geass movie I went to go see is like that too. It's like it follows the original like very, very closely, but it's from a series of movies that kind of delved off a little bit.
Right. And got weird, maybe. I remember Appleseed did that too. They rebooted because you got this OG manga style Chromium. Woo, Appleseed.
Nice.
Here. Cool. And this one is, aside from being incredibly reflective, this one was re-released here on DVD in the early 2000s. I don't know if that's when the original one was from. I can probably look it up. I have a Shiro book over here. But then they did this one, which is this one's not even that late. This is 2004, when the CG Appleseed, this one, which I think is out there on YouTube if people want to watch it. Don't want to buy it. I was stoked because I love Shiro's work for a long time, since the 90s. So I was just like snapping up films when I could back in the day.
Well, and I guess like in general, a lot of anime is based on manga.
Yeah.
And it's very, very, it's probably like way more common than it isn't that it's based on it, but it's slightly changed. It's not an exact.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, budgetary limitations and.
Yeah, or you just get like, a guy wrote it, but then the director gets to, okay, well, I don't think that's so important. Let's not put that in there. Or...
It's less the directors, from what I'm hearing, at least when in regards to Mobile Suit Gundam, it's less the director, like whether, because there's like 5 directors at any given time directing different episodes as they're being animated.
No, it's usually the studio that says.
Yeah, it's the studio that is like, yo, you need to you need to put the, the whatever aspect of the Gundam in this, this episode.
Yeah, that's how like Victory was. It got kind of confusing because what's his name? Why can't I think of his name now? The creator of Gundam.
Oh, Tomio.
Tomio wanted the Gundam to be displayed like in episode 4, and they were like, hell no, it's got to come, first episode. So he actually like put it episode 4 in as episode 1, and then it was like as
right
the rest of the for 1 through 3. So it was really confusing the first 5 episodes or so. You're like, what the hell did I just watch? Just so that they could have the Gundam in the first episode.
I remember that. Polycaps. One thing that's nice about these Re 100 kits is there's a lot of the standard polycap setup. So like I use 4 polycaps in this first step. They are all the same polycap.
Yeah, it's an RE thing, right?
Yeah. The DJ or Jag Dogga. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, Jag Dogga was similar.
What's up, Oliver?
Oliver in the house.
Yeah, he says he's got to go grab groceries, but he just wanted to stop in and say hi. Thank you for stopping in.
No stress, yeah.
And what's up to us? We're just building on a Wednesday.
Building on a Wednesday. Chewing bubblegum. How about that? GBWC! Yay!
Yeah, we didn't get a chance to talk about that.
Yeah, do we want to talk about it now, or do we want to wait and see if more people show up to the party?
It doesn't matter to me. I mean, I think, obviously, I don't think anyone in their right mind thinks it's a good idea.
I don't understand the choices. I can't see a logical thought progression that would lead to the choices that they have made.
The thing that bothers me the most is the limited entries.
Oh, that's definitely a big deal.
I don't really understand that concept, especially doing it to your 2 biggest. They did it to the one that's in LA and the one that's in New York.
Yeah.
That's probably like 70% of your participation as a whole. And I think, as far as I'm aware, since I've been following it, I think every one of the winners came out of one of those shows. So I don't know. That part kind of perplexes me a little bit. The judging thing, I mean, I think it's really dumb, don't get me wrong. But at the same point, it wasn't like some expert was judging anyway.
No, he wasn't an expert. I guess what the hell the difference? Out how little knowledge that particular person has in regards to skilled model making. He has a lot of miles under his belt, quote unquote, but I don't know.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
He's not that type of modeler.
No, and the thing is, like, I know lots of dudes that have been like, "Yo, I've been building Gunpla since I was like knee high to a duck," and it's like, that's cool, dude. What do your kids look like now? Did they look the same as they did when you started building? Like,
right. Well, and there's nothing wrong with, if this is like a small hobby for you, just to snap build something on the weekend and be unstressed.
Great. It's a great hobby for that.
Yeah, but you shouldn't judge.
Or you definitely shouldn't be the sole judge for a gigantic portion of an international competition, like a big leg, part of the leg.
Yeah. And
For America.
I haven't understood that part of it for a long time, why there are different rules for each country. That seems really stupid to me.
Aren't.
Just have one, well, just, I mean, judging criteria, like the whole, I think everyone should follow the same exact template. Why, why change it? Like, do a scoring sheet, make them all identical.
That's the thing, is
obviously
they
you
do that.
can't necessarily have the same judges, but
in my opinion, or not in my opinion, my knowledge, they did that last year at the New York show, but they understaffed and didn't have enough judges and had a fairly large amount of entries. And then they had another like 25 walk-in entries. They didn't even have enough sign-up sheets printed off for people to be able to register walk-in entries. And then they were talking about how it was hard for people to be able to get badges to get to the show. I don't know about that. I mean, I know that there was complaints last year because there was GBWC at Anime NYC, and Anime NYC was not a very big show. It was bigger than it was the year prior, because I also went the year prior because I'm a fan. But
you're talking about the con itself?
Yeah, the convention itself. It was bigger. It was like, I would say it was 30% bigger last year than it was the year prior.
Right.
And that is amazing. And it was great. There was awesome people there. There was great like artists to talk to. It was really more personal. It was like a nice smaller con. If you've been to like smaller cons, it's cool for
wasn't that the concept too, that they thought Comic-Con was like too big and it got lost in the event?
Yeah, because there was so much going on, and then when they dialed it back to Anime NYC, then people were complaining like, oh, there's nothing to do at this convention. Why am I here? And it's weird. It's kind of like people will always complain. So you'll never be able to please everybody all the time. You just have to try to make the right kind of strategic decisions. So I think that keeping it in a smaller venue is a good idea. Do I think doing it at like a bigger con, like even Anime NYC, is somewhat expensive to get into? After you like buy your badge, you pay the fees and blah 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 to get into it. If it's something that you're not super into, let's say you like building models, you're not huge into anime. That's just the way it is, right? So those people are going to feel like gypped out, which is understandable.
Yeah, but they're going to feel that way no matter where you hold it at, unless it's just an event specifically for GBWC.
Right. And that's true. And that's kind of what I was boiling it down to, is that they should have them at more, like at smaller venues, make it like an IPMS event in an area, rent a small hall,
Or you still have the online entry option.
Well, there is that. No matter what, you'll always have the online entry option.
Which is probably what I am going to do.
Yeah, that's also what that's what I am working towards with my build.
Just because I booked already. I'm going to still come up and.
Oh, I'm still going to go to the convention. I mean, yeah, if you want to go to
NYC. I don't know if I'm going to go or not to it, just because we'll see. I haven't decided yet, honestly, one way or another.
Cool.
Did I put that whole thing on backwards? I did. You, Nimrod.
Well, regardless, if you come up, we'll have a good time.
Yeah. And but I'm still coming up, and I just don't want to pay to go to Comic-Con. Like, it's just not.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
I looked into cost wise, and it like quadruples my trip cost.
Oh yeah, I bet it's insane, especially because Comic-Con is so big and the whole city is booked the fuck up then.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm actually going to stay with some family anyway and kind of kill two birds with one stone.
Dig it.
So that works out. But
yeah, I mean, if I'm in if we're in a different location where we can accommodate guests, we will always accommodate guests.
Yeah, I have my what the hell? What did I do here? My sister is in Queens.
Yeah,
so
your
I'll probably
sister's right
stay
here.
with
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Just stay with her. Bum
of
her,
course.
kick her. Make her uncomfortable. Well, I'm bringing my son, so it gives. He's
Oh.
not been to New York yet.
Well, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, so he should enjoy that. My parents go back pretty frequently because my sister's up there, and
Mhm.
a lot of my family's up there, and my mother watches my son like 2 days a week for
Yeah.
just date like instead of daycare,
Yeah.
and when she leaves, she tells him I'm going to New York, so he's been
Oh, the hype
for a
is
while now.
real.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah, he wants to go.
Awesome. That's good. Very, very good.
And I'm gonna come up for like a week this time, at least. So
Cool. Well, when you guys were last year, it was just a couple of days for the wedding, right?
right. Well, I think I was up there for a total of like 5 or 6 days, but at least half of that was wedding stuff. Like
Rehearsals and blah 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 blah.
yeah,
Everything
and
goes
just
along.
like there was post wedding brunch and
Many things. Many,
it was a
many
big
things. Hey,
kind of
this
a
time I
big
bet we can go to the Red Caboose
yeah.
if we end up hanging out. I'm not saying that.
No, we definitely will.
I'm just joking.
Actually, I'm sure my kid would actually probably like most of those stores more than anyone.
Oh yeah,
If they have trains in it, he's obsessed with.
dude, that place is full of like trains, but it's all tiny stuff. And you know what the best part is? It's all behind glass. So he can look, but he can physically not touch.
Right.
So you don't have to worry about him bringing up your bill for your trip by accidentally having an excited moment. That's cool. Although your son seems incredibly well.
Yeah, he's not one to touch something that's not his. Like
Yeah, he seems really polite and very courteous. I'm impressed by your parenting.
That's all my wife.
All right. Well, I'm impressed by her parenting.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Sylvia gets 13 out of 10. Would recommend. Parenting skills.
Yes. She's the master. I am I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh yeah. That's your job.
Actually, when I got my promotion, my wife told my son, and she was like, "Oh, do you know what Daddy's new job is?" And he looks dead at me and goes, "Yeah, he fixes my toys."
That's cool. Which I'm sure is definitely part of your role.
Yes, no, it's a huge. I've used way more glue on his toys than I have on my Gundams.
Oh. Have you had to pin anything yet?
No. I had to come up with a creative
suppose...
solution for a monorail thing he had.
Okay.
It broke in the middle, and that one was a little more challenging than some of the others, but nope, no pinning yet.
Cool. That'll happen. I definitely broke some G.I. Joe toys back in the day. Dropping parts like the dropsies. Call me dropsies today.
I'm gonna go grab something to drink real quick.
Go ahead. I'm just gonna be super entertaining by looking on the ground on live stream. It's just riveting. What happened to that part? Hello. Well, at least it's only me and Paul watching. So. Chewie, where's my part? What the frick? Did it fall in the trash? It did. Well, at least it came back. That is all that really matters. Okay. Well, that was riveting. Not super familiar with this kit. I don't know how much of this is visible, but in case I want to paint it. I'm going to sand down the rough surfaces anyways. Yo.
I'm back.
Welcome back. I eventually found my part. It had fallen into the garbage.
Oh.
Easily retrieved. I've been using this Face Values by Harman sanding sponge for nails, and it is amazing.
I have one of those too. Well, it's not that one, but
yeah, whatever.
Like yeah, one side looks just like that, but then this other side is like a buffing, like
so it's matte soft. Gotcha.
Yeah, like real high shine.
Yeah, I just switch over to micron paper after I use that and do my noodling with the micron paper. I think this is micron 9 that I'm using here. It's like 800 grit or something, or higher. Yeah, it's higher because it's just buffing that.
It's good for like mold lines and stuff like that, or sink on parts. I've noticed it does a good job with that.
Oh, I usually pull out the file if I'm trying to straighten out something that's like sunken. Been relying a lot on these Tamiya sanding sponges as well.
I like those. That's that.
They're good. They wear out real nice, and like, I mean, eventually they just fall apart, but
yeah,
after they break in, they have like a good, reliable quality to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I keep these like God hand ones around. They're flexible.
Oh yeah, I almost picked some of those up. How are they?
Good. They're not good. Well, they're fine, but if you do like a flat surface, like a corner, it'll round it.
Oh yeah.
So I don't use them for that, but they're great for round surfaces.
Mm-hmm. And the ones that you were making just prior to,
they're just sandpaper on like a flat plastic board with a little handle on it.
Okay.
So it's just easy to grab a hold of them, but they're got.
Oh, you were just putting that. Gotcha. You got some like holders or whatever.
Yeah.
Dig it. I dig it. Yeah, because I do the here we go, foam core with the double-sided.
Yeah, it's almost identical. It just has like a little handle.
Yeah,
I got these really cheap from some kind of like Chinese, like Taobao type of thing, and they were from U-Star, and it came with like these and then a couple of pre-cut pieces of double-sided tape and sandpaper.
Sure, like kind of your starter to give you an idea.
Exactly. So I grabbed them, and I think they were like really cheap. It was like $5 for the whole set.
Oh wow!
I bought some other things at the time, so it was
sure.
So yeah, hell yeah, $5. I'll take sanding sticks.
Indubitably.
And I, used all their sandpaper, and now I just throw some double-sided tape on that thing. Use it again.
Sounds like there is a commercial for Taji's Beauty in the other room. Oh no, Colleen's playing Bastion. What? No, you're fine. I heard the music. There's this like Indian restaurant that often gets advertised on New York sporting events called Tashi's Beati. And I knew I recognized the music, so I assumed it was from there, knowing that she was watching the Yankees game prior. But I was super wrong.
God.
It's okay. I'm okay with being wrong.
These cool little vents. Where did I put my gray piece?
Chase, what up?
What's up, Chase? All is well. How about yourself, bud?
Chase is back from hiding. He's been in exile. Called responsibility.
Ooh, I can relate, bud.
Yeah, you sir.
Today was quiet though. It was nice.
Gotta have those
moments.
moments.
If I want a quiet day, I just have to unplug the internet. Joke's on them.
Come and go like the wind. Like, I'm thinking of like 90s power ballads now. She's like the wind. Yeah, pretty bad, right?
I was thinking the same thing.
Excellent. I know that I am in the right place. Let's see. Wow. Look at all those Polycamp ones.
So yeah, GBWC, to wrap that up. Well, not to wrap it up.
It's been a minute since we were talking about that.
Yeah, I was just thinking about it though. I think it was a poor choice. I'm not as upset about it as other people are. It just doesn't affect me in that kind of way.
I'm disappointed in the loss of that event,
Yeah, that's definitely more to it. I was excited just to go.
Yeah, and it's really cool to just see everybody's stuff there. Everyone's work, and
that was
the good work.
I think that's probably why it doesn't upset me too much about how they changed things, because I didn't put a whole lot of value in winning it or what a judge thought of my work anyway. But it would be cool to go hang out with people like peers and
and that just
hear what they have to say.
I don't want to go look at the fucking 10 most memed builds. I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't know. Just to some people out there, don't let it affect you so much. I've seen people get really, really, really upset about it.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely haven't gotten really upset about it. At first, I was like, "What the?"
No, it's that's the normal reaction. I think everybody who in their right mind kind of
how the heck?
Yeah.
How the heck?
In that video,
you're gonna be "Oh, dude, you should listen to the podcast." Whole cow. The podcast that they had about it is even worse, because they're like, all right, we're going to go around robin and talk about all the stuff that we do and love about this community and everything. And they were just it was the most boring, self-serving bit of podcastery I had ever heard. I described it as being like listening to a circle jerk.
Yeah, that whole thing. That honestly, I think made me more annoyed than the event itself. I was like, you assholes.
I know. And who the heck are these
Like
guys?
you sound like you don't want to throw the event, so why don't you just cancel it?
Yeah. Well, that's they were like,
feel
we
that
don't.
strongly about it.
They're like, we want all the hype and the blah blah blah, but we don't want any of the criticism for not holding a good event or hosting. Or not, man. You gotta.
Don't blame us.
Don't blame us. Yeah, now it's all on you guys. Oh my God! Thank God I don't have to worry about being a responsible party or doing my job. Really? Why are you getting paid?
But hopefully, enough criticism this year and next year it'll be something.
We'll see.
Better. I don't know.
Yeah, I need to see the specs and the rules and everything on entering in the online category. And to see what's up, because
I want to see. I think we should all just band together and like everyone just snap build the same kit.
There was a lot of talk of that. If you went around and looked at the things that were on, like in the Facebook commentary on Bluefin's page, as well as other areas, and the stuff that was going on the GPA Discord, and just like around, listening to on Tim's live stream Monday, really broke it down even more, because that's where.
I'm sure he was hyped.
Well, I mean, it's not even that. He just knows, because he's done this. He's gotten like second place or whatever. He's done really, really well, and
he won the American League.
Yeah, or won the American League, and he did really well overseas. And
he got I don't remember what
he got overseas, but he did really well, and he knows what the heck's going on. So for him to be able to break it down logically and talk about all the aspects and kind of like be lighthearted a little bit about it, but also like conscientiously critical of the situation. It was good to hear him on my end, and made me actually want to, put something together for real instead of just flirt with the idea and not really do anything,
Mm-hmm.
Like, as long as I have an avenue where I'm not going to be subject to that, the newly enforced buffoonery. Little Xbox.
Chase was just talking to you about Xbox.
Oh, jeez. World of Warships on Xbox. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I built model warships back when I was a kid. Built an aircraft carrier too, and a battleship. I had a really large model of the Cutty Sark, which is a clipper, I believe, or a large. It's like a sailing vessel. Cannons and the like. I have not been playing games, and I have a ton to play.
Yeah, I haven't touched a video game console in a while.
I just got Sekiro. I've been playing a little bit of the remaster of Borderlands. But yeah, I haven't played anything.
What's up, Jeff? Come on.
Hiya, Jeff.
Why is this not really going how I want it to go?
Do not force your gunpla. You are hurting it. Sorry, that was those little build fighters coming back to you.
What is this piece? Okay. What is it that you do?
What is it that you do? God, judgmental. So what is it that you do?
That's pretty much how it's going here. What?
All right, got a little bit of waste unit going on here. Back of the torso. Wait, upside down. Sure I'm not effing anything up. I have been staying away from all Borderlands 3 spoilers. Same with Sekiro spoilers. I have only seen the release trailer for either game. So maybe I'm weird, but I don't want any spoiler stuff. I've seen little like snippets, little tidbits, but nothing like serious. I haven't watched any content. I haven't been watching any of the. I know it's going to be good. I know Gearbox. I've been making Gearbox props for years, so I trust their aesthetics, and I'll enjoy it regardless. I really like the pre-sequel. Some people hate that game, and I love it. So it's all good.
I think I understand
now. Deliciously refreshing.
Okay. Understood. No.
Whoa. Oh, you're good. It looks to be fun. I look forward to. The only thing that I want to see that I haven't seen yet is I want to like get a good look at all of the, like the player characters, the the various Vault Hunters.
I've never played Borderlands.
It is a lot of fun. It's like everything that I like in a shooter. Destiny's not bad, but it's a little. It's a little too, as weird as it's going to say, it's a little too realistic. I
love it.
I know you do, hon. I do like it a lot. I do love the aesthetic. I do like the gameplay and the weapons and blah blah blah. Guns, and more guns. Yes, that's kind of the mantra for Gearbox. I don't know if 2Ks are in this one, but I can't remember who is doing the production.
No.
Nothing like a claptrap. Chase, if you're curious, in last week, or not last week's, but 2 weeks ago, the Mechanism show on Child of Mecha on his channel, I go through my Borderlands props and my design process and my build process, and I kind of go over how I do all that stuff. So if you're curious about those things, you can go check that out and fast forward until you see me talking about shit. Or you could also listen to all the other guys. It's actually pretty funny. We have a good time. It's actually coming around to being a pretty good show. We laugh a lot.
It is really complicated. Why?
We pick on each other a lot. Child of Mecca is the YouTube channel that it's hosted under. It's Tim's channel. He hosts the show. Does really pretty decent good job of it, in my opinion. And after the first couple of shows, we kind of like normalized, and it's getting down to a pretty good routine. It's a couple of hours.
Yeah, what do you guys usually do? 2 hours or so?
Yep, 2 hours of dudes and chicks building and talking about building stuff. And picking on each other. All right. I already liking the accents on this. You can see them from way up there in my little overhead camera. Oh, Paul, there's a question for you in the chat.
I am going to try and enter GBWC.
Try? Do or do not. There is no try. Gotta say it like one of Adam Sandler's crazy characters. Do or do not. There is no try. What don't you
What the fuck was that? I'm having the hardest time.
You make it, Paulie.
With this stupid little thing. Am I missing something?
Paul, you can't say something nice, then don't say anything at all. Now give that piece 5 build-ups. It's like, what?
What? Huh? Huh?
That was something that they used to have back in the day. If you put something down, you had to give it so many build-ups. Say nice things about it.
Piece of shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna try to do the we were talking about that a little bit ago. I'm gonna try to do the online entry. That's my goal. We'll see how it works.
Sneaky peeky. I'll just let you know, Chase, I will be posting pictures of my build and stuff in the Discord when I have a more resolute idea exactly what I'm going to do.
That can't be right then. What the hell is going on here?
Uh-oh. Is it cheeseburger in paradise time?
Oh, it's hell. Hell for this. Hellfire.
Hellfire. Hellfire missiles.
I'm going to be really annoyed if that's how that was supposed to go the whole damn time.
And?
I'm pretty sure that's how it was supposed to go the whole damn time.
Okay.
It's like the door pieces for the chest, for the cockpit, just not wanting to do what they're told.
Huh. With my XS, the one issue I ran into was there was a gap that was supposed to be in between two components that was not illustrated.
Bastards. All right, have you? I can't wait to see everything from everybody. I know. I should probably start soon on that because, you know, I have a habit of not finishing things.
Yeah, I know. It only took you, what, a year to finish your cannon fodder?
I haven't finished that yet.
Oh, you didn't finish it yet? Okay, so it's 14 months running.
Yep. 2 years ago, maybe I should just make that GBWC.
Better have good concept, homie.
It's a Jesta.
It's a Jessa.
Jesta is besta. C.
Somebody in the chat on Tim's live stream on Monday was saying that at Anime NYC last year at the GBWC, that there was like 7 or 8 entries that had a perfect score.
That's impossible.
Exactly. Well, there was only one judge, so what the fuck do you expect?
Yeah, that's what the thing about the whole online judging thing is. If you're just gonna have the one guy, then what the hell's the difference anyway?
No, they're gonna have 3 judges there, but
yeah, no, but I think that's a newer that was their rebuttal to people freaking out because it was just going to be online judging.
No, it was going to be 3 judges all the time. It was just going to be 10 entries and online judging, and then they upped it to 15.
Gotcha.
But the fact that they're limiting it so greatly, I don't know if they're just like trying to be, and it's weird because they're like, oh yeah, we're going to try and bring more people into it by limiting it. Like, so you've got all these people. So we're talking about New York City, right? How many people are in New York City? 8 million people, something like that. 11 million with commuters. And then you've got the area, right? That's just metropolitan New York area. That's not talking about Hamptons, mildly upstate Connecticut, the people in Massachusetts that come down. You got the dudes that come up from Jersey. People come over from PA to come to this event and put their kits in.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not dealing with just like 11, you're dealing with like a pool of however many billion people. However many of those are modelers that want to produce kits to put in, several hundred at least are interested. And then you prohibitively put up a wall and say only 10 people are getting in. How many people out there that could be good but are just unsure of themselves, that know that they don't have the internet following and all that crap, are going to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to throw it all in? It's like, no. So they're like, oh, we're going to put out hobby towns and Kinokunias are going to be running shows. They'll be judged by the employees and the owners of the stores.
What do you? So okay, when
did
these 10 actually get chosen?
What's that?
Or 15 now? What's the time frame for the 15 that actually get chosen?
That's another thing that I haven't even, like, when I went to look at the rules the last time, I think they were auditing them. It was after the first backlash. So I haven't been back to see what the rules and the regulations are for the American leg of GBWC this year.
Because that's like, all right, let's say I submit.
Anime X is like a couple months away.
Yeah, let's say I submit as one of those 15, and I'm not in New York City, though.
Right.
I need some time for you to say, okay, Paul, you're one of the 15 people. Can you make it here?
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. They're like, we'll give you a free badge to come to the show, but we're not going to help you get a hotel. We're not going to help you with plane fare or anything to come out here to put your, kid in. So he's like, you better make sure that you have the disposable funds and capability to drop everything at a dime and fly to the city and get accommodations and one of the busiest weeks of the year. That's just
crazy.
It's just dumb, man. It's inconsiderate.
What's up, Alex?
Oof.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell they were.
Get revved up. And I'm not very revved up. I'm being pragmatic. I'd like to be, I don't want to get super heated and start dropping F-bombs, but let's be realistic here.
Curious too, like, what do they do if some
Thinking about memes or jokes.
What do they do if some guy they pick one of these 15? The guy shows up and the kit just doesn't look anything.
I don't know, man. I don't know what they're gonna do. I have no idea. I mean, I'm going to Comic-Con on Friday. Colleen and I always go on Friday, and we make a nice day of it. So that's why I'm going this year. Going for the show. Not even gonna be there on that day. I'll only go by the Bluefin booth if Mike's working.
Is he still there?
Yeah.
I haven't seen him much.
He is not on the Discord. He spends his time in some Facebook groups and just kind of keeps to himself. Don't quite know what's going on. I sat with him and talked with him last year at Anime NYC at the result, like the results release for GBWC.
Yeah.
It was nice to talk to him. We talked about the narrative preview and caught up a little bit.
Cool. Yeah, I haven't talked to him quite a while now.
Yeah.
He used to come on and give us all
the tasty bits.
All the tasty bits, yeah. We need you back.
Come back, Brinny. Alex's Chase, I'm sorry to say this. I'm going to dish on Alex a little bit. His hobby room is not even a thing right now. It's just a twinkle in his eye of a memory of himself from months ago.
Too busy setting up his bedroom.
He's too busy riding his motorcycle around and having a good time enjoying the weather. Not that that's a bad thing. Bam. Called it.
Cricket sounds.
Sheesh. I can only imagine, like, when I move out of here, I was just thinking about that the other day, thinking about Alex and his move, looking at my mess, not let alone Colleen's mess.
It is not fun.
Book lady. She's like, we're gonna have to buy Sherpas just to be able to get this stuff moved out of here. We have to own them.
It took me quite a while to set this room up. I mean, and it came from having nothing.
From the underground up.
Yeah. It was almost like its own build.
Alex, what a joke. What the fuck, bro? Dishing on himself. Wow. Deep cuts.
My joke to you?
My clown? My here for your amusement? Oh, yeah. I like the color of this kit. I like blue. Blue is one of my favorite colors. Maybe that's why I like Nogofu so much. Nogofu.
I don't feel like that was supposed to go that way. Not at all. Son of a bitch.
So let's talk about part separating here for a second, Paul.
God.
You have a part separator, don't you?
I do, but I don't use it.
What do you use?
My fingernails.
Oh. I started using guitar picks.
Yeah, I have one of those sitting around here somewhere too. Oh, that just came out. That's cool.
Oh, nice. I love when it comes out nicely. I have these nylon guitar picks by Dunlop. I have a 0.6 and a 0.88 mil. And those are nice. They don't mar anything, and just weasel them in there a little bit. It's nice and smooth.
Definitely supposed to be a polycap in there. My bad.
Oh shit. Yes, the sound of filing.
That's not supposed to be.
Don't need a separator. I cut my pegs. Alex cut all his pegs off, flush, and then he uses blue tack to hold his models together.
F a peg.
Every last peg.
I think Andy does that too.
Turtle brand. Yeah. Well, you know. You'll have that, Chase, when you're expanding your franchises. You're broadening your familial output.
Well, at least I know how to take this chest apart and put it back together.
It's a good thing
Pretty
to
well.
Boink. Ooh, look at those contrasts. Ooh.
Back in there.
Nice, Jeff. Read that Jeff comment. So the previous owners of his home taught sewing classes. So they built, there's a built-in bench down one wall with power outlets 4 feet off the floor, 5 sewing stations, and now that's his workshop.
That's convenient.
Quite convenient. Oh hell, I pulled a Paul. And
didn't read the directions.
Didn't add a polycap, but mine was really easy to get apart. So
yeah, mine was from the very beginning. Like,
oh, you had to go back to square uno.
Yeah, like, well, not one, but yeah, pretty early on.
So step 2.
Yeah, I think it was step 2.
I don't know what to tell you, bud.
Sorry, I'm almost back.
We're gonna have to take your hand.
Almost back now.
D134. A 15 by 20 room. All stash. You shut your mouth.
There we go. All right. Most impossible crap.
Hey, we're in the same spot. How about that?
I've taken this apart quite a few times.
That's not my fault.
It's not.
What are you on now?
It actually builds the backpack right after the chest piece. This is the whole torso.
I move on to the head unit. Dun dun dun. Does this guy have a backpack? I don't think so.
No, none. That's odd.
Oh, no, it does. It has a small backpack. Here it is. It is 3 steps. That's how small it is.
Tiny, tiny, tiny.
Tiny, tiny backpack.
Brian is making the Freet, I believe. The RE100 a Freet.
Yeah. Yeah, RE100 MS80TX exam free custom. This one.
Nailed it.
Yep, I just needed something nice to snap it up. All right, I'm going to go make a drink.
Alrighty. I will entertain our guests. Manual told me. Clever. Gave it away. Yeah, he's building RE100. I am building a master grade age 1 normal, which is good so far if I could stop frucking it up. Zach Siegfried. I know I've seen that, his Siegfried, because it was like one of the first kits he had done when I started following him, but I do not remember it. I know it was like green in color, if I remember right. But other than that, can't remember it too well. Didn't they? Was that the model they did? Like a bunch of the YouTube guys did a build off. Didn't they use an Ifrit for that? Him, I think even Henry was in on that one. Maybe Justin. Yep. Yeah, I remember that. Those were the early Zach days. Early on in his YouTube channel, or at least when I started watching his YouTube channel. I don't know how long he had been doing it before that. Mr. Build Off for a while. Yeah, I remember one of the earlier videos I watched with Henry was him and Jabman did some kind of build off too. What grit am I using? I have some 800, some 1000. I have a 600, and this is just like a buffing pad. So it's just to get the final scratches out. Yeah, that's the last thing I used was that. These are all different grits. This is 1000, 800. This says 600, but it's a lot softer than that now. And then this is 600, 800, 1000, and a buffing pad. Gets me pretty much where I need to be before paint and whatnot. And I have some sandpaper and some other stuff around. I use these things sometimes. The nail pads, I have a couple of different grits to them, but this one wore out really fast, so I haven't used one in a while. I've been using these little sometimes I'll use the 600, like if I have like a real thick nub, or I don't know, if it's a big flat spot that has some sink or something to it, I'll use that. What determines the grit? Just, I mean, it's kind of, you want enough grit to take away the plastic that you want to get rid of the nubs. But if you use something with too low of a grit, if it's too coarse, you spend a lot of time trying to correct all the scratches you've made. So You got to find that happy medium, whatever you like. Some people, like a 800 and 1,000 is not, you're not going to, mess anything up. So you're good there. Some people use something a little more aggressive, like 600 more times. It's just preference. Some people use files more or less. All depending on what you like. I spent time doing that, and it's going to be hidden anyway. But it's always good to have more options, Better than not having. See, like this is 600, but it's not really 600 anymore. It was 600 when I first started using it.
I use lots of different kinds.
Yeah. So
I have some that are, I do like to wear them in, but I have some that are quite aggressive. I have some that are like, 300.
Yeah, it just depends on what you're doing. Like if you're just using nub removal, 300 is probably pretty rough.
Probably way too much, yeah. But if you're like, standing down epoxy sculpt, then epoxy putty, then it's good. That's what it gets used for. Mostly, yeah, I stick to 600 and above. I don't go much higher than around 12,000 though. That's true and said for effect. I found this weird little mix of like Zelda trip hop.
Zelda trip hop?
Yeah, so I put it on in the background. Don't think I'll get copy struck for it. I don't know. It usually doesn't get copy struck, but
yeah, that's Chase. Like you're obviously if you use like anything will take down a nub. Like you could use 1200 grit and just sit there for a half hour scrapping at that nub.
It wouldn't work out from being with a really polished round. Then you're like taking something down sharp,
and you're gonna wear through your sandpaper relatively quickly,
and you're gonna wear through your will to live.
So knocking it down with some 800 or 600 first, and then progressively getting more aggressive will work. But you also don't, you don't want to start with 200 and then be sitting there going through,
polishing.
Yeah, 8 different grits just to get it.
I literally I start with these 2 files. The black one, the black handle is the Tamiya. I use the half round because it has more support to it than the flat file. The flat file will bend slightly, which if you want something flat, not so good. You have to hold it special. So I use this one, which is actually a little bit coarse. Then I have this other one, which is a flat file that is a smooth grain for smoothing things out extremely. I also have one in half round. And then I go to, your nail files or your buffers at like 600, 800, Dazo, whatever. But that's just like what I do because that's the method that works for me. So if anything, just play around a little bit. Find out what you're comfortable with. It gives you the best results that you want. You're going to have to mess things up. We all have boxes full of kits that we don't keep out because they don't look very good. So, I don't know. Just, I don't know. And keep asking questions, I guess. Share your results around. Not just with us, weirdos.
It's also like if you're going to paint the kit and you're going to prime it, keep in mind you might not want to, and you don't need to go like perfectly smooth.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to polish it because the paint's going to stick to a surface with a little bit of grit better, and you don't want to go, spend so much time on something that's going to get covered anyway, where the primer is going to fill in some of those scratches. So you'll find it. Nice medium.
The rainbow connection. Someday they'll find it.
From the Muppets?
Yeah. The rainbow connection.
Yeah, like I said, this is like that. It's like $1. This one's got like some kind of plastic on it. But you could buy one of these and do the whole kit and have, everything where like this 3, maybe side 3 here's, what you use to get your nub down, and then 4 and 5 are what you're going to use to polish out. And that's all you can need. Maybe get one piece of sandpaper for a rounded edge. Even if it was just 1,000 grit, you'd probably be fine.
Oh, nice. A 1 to 6 Ultraman kit. It's pretty big.
Like a figure size.
Yeah. Or are those the anime ones? Oh, nice.
I've moved on to the head.
Oh. Did you sidestep the backpack? Or did you complete it already?
I completed it already. The backpack was
My goodness.
simple and I had no hiccups.
Well, I better step up my game. Just gonna keep throwing parts on the ground. It'll help. At least the parts I throw on the ground are tiny and delicate.
Wouldn't want to throw any of those big, colorful ones on the ground,
Or worse, they're this is actually not that small, but it is delicate. So my oafish ass could easily crush it.
You guys follow the order in the manual. I never do. I follow somewhat. I build the chest and the head and the arms, but then instead of doing the legs, I do the waist.
Yeah, you gotta do the waist. You gotta have something for that body to sit on.
Yeah. Basically, I build down.
When I was recently working on that Master Grade Easy 8, I built the arms first because that's what it said. But of course, it said build one arm and then build the other arm, but build them both at the same time because duh. And what else? Then it was like legs, and then it was trying to get me to do a bunch of other bullshit, and I was like, fuck you. And I did it myself.
Do it.
Because I'm an adult. I'm in the 12 gangs.
Do what I want, Mom.
I do what I want. But
let's go by the order of them. Yeah, I don't, like I said, the only thing I skip is just the waist because it seemed weird to build 2 halves and put it together. I guess that's not weird now that I say that out loud, but it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
It's alright. I usually kind of like start out where the instructions are like leading me. So I'll build whatever it suggests first. But like the Easy 8 was like, yo, build the legs, then build the arms, then build the legs, then build the head, then build the torso, then build the waist. I was like, what the fuck are you guys trying to do? Trying to make this kid last. I'm trying to build the damn thing.
What kind of tomfoolery?
Asinine. Oh, hey. What up, Craig?
What's up, man? B2. Reorganize my runners here. I'm getting them all meshy.
Just reading that chat. Oh no, Flynn has been very
Vocal.
yeah, he's been very transparent about his method, processes, etc. I too will take a similar route soon. Soon. I need to start getting somewhere. A couple people know what I'm doing. Like the dudes at my metal shop and yeah,
I know
almost.
nothing.
Oh, it's I don't want to. I mean, I guess I could blow it up on Craig's behalf. It is a an awesome scene from MS 8th Team featuring a Zaku and an RX 79, and it's fucking gorgeous.
Yes. Especially the goat.
It's not a goat.
He's got a goat in there.
Is it a goat?
I'm pretty sure it's a goat.
Huh.
I'm gonna feel like a dick if it's not a
I thought
goat.
it was a buck.
Buck? Like
Yeah.
a deer?
Yeah, or like an elk of sorts.
In
Or,
the jungle?
I don't know. It's hard to say. It's got interesting horns, though. So I'm not 100% sure. See, Craig's in Australia. They got all sorts of weird animals in Australia.
Yeah, maybe it's like an antelope or something.
It could be something that I'm fully unaware of. You know, it could be an ibex. You know, I'm not. You know,
Capybara.
I'm not the boss. Capybara.
It's a wallaby.
It's a wallaby. The baby ate your dingo. Maybe the baby ate your dingo. That was perfect. That was
Australian cat.
I'm still giggling over the fact that I said maybe the baby ate your dingo. Sorry.
No, you're good. I just thought I messed up again.
Oh, easy. Stop messing up, Paul.
Yeah, I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing.
Paul.
I was looking at the bottom of the head and it's got, you know, a polycap, and I'm looking at the neck and it's got a polycap, and I'm like, how are these two females going together?
Oh, shit.
There must be something, because I looked back at the directions and I did it the right way.
I might have that on the dark side. Yes. Huh, this is actually pretty chill music. This weird Zelda mix I have on.
Interesting. concept. I know people and their tendencies in chat during Zach's stream to be. Yes, Alex has the ban hammer on in Zach's chats, that's for sure. Notice me, senpai.
Brian is a patootie. Why am I a patootie?
Take it easy, Chase.
Right on.
Have a good night.
Thanks for swinging in, man. That was cool. Try to catch you on that box sometimes. That Xbox. What is that? That don't make no sense. Oh, that's how. Well, that makes all the sense in the world. Never mind.
Read the directions.
Yep. Please try to pay attention.
Please pay attention to what I'm doing. Oh, that's creepy.
That is delicious, Alex. I love these hot takes, man. This is perfect. We'll drink some of my adult grape juice to that.
All right, I got a head and a chest, but no way to connect them.
What?
Why?
Doesn't have a neck?
Well, man, I'm assuming there is a way. I just haven't gotten to that point yet.
How did? What?
I'm gonna hope there's like a connector. Let's see what we got. There is. Oh wow. Okay, we have to make a joint.
Yeah, I'm not in Zach's chat often enough. When he's on, if I'm like paying attention, or even if Alex is on, I'm usually I pay attention to the chat and Alex. No offense to Zach or anything, but Zach is
his chat's usually just so chaotic that
and
it's
it
hard
is
to
flying by. I'm usually at work, and like if it's Alex's
Yeah.
chat, I can still be a human being and participate. But yeah, so most of the time I miss that. That's funny to see some of these things that
his
are.
I haven't been on one in a while, but his Twitch streams are usually not as bad.
Yeah, well, Twitch is a little different.
Yeah. And he doesn't have whatever they've got up to now, 70,000, 80,000 followers on Twitch. I'm sure it's a much smaller number. So.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't even know what his numbers are. I don't really pay attention.
PC. Where are you?
Knock knock.
Yeah, Twitch is quieter. I would agree.
Yeah, I don't think I've actually ever had a conversation with anyone on my Twitch. But I haven't streamed games or building in such a very long time.
There you go. Head and neck.
Shut up.
Got his chicken neck. He
Shut
can look down. He can look up.
Wow. Almost there. God.
I like the head a lot on this guy.
Shut up.
Really cool. He got like gray strips down the side of his head. That's cool. I like that. That's one of my favorite design aspects of age kits is the head. I always thought they had cool head designs.
Right. Yep, still unfamiliar with age. I think that
Get on it, bud.
I think the protagonist has dark hair, right?
This one? No. The guy who pilots
this
suit is green hair.
Oh well,
And then
see,
his son has white hair or gray hair, and then his son has like brownish, reddish, blondish hair.
Wow, so you kind of like
name.
you think that they have all color. I'm beginning to think that you can't see color.
Well, this is right here. I'm looking at the pilot figure. I think his name is Flit. Flit or Flint? Flit. Flit Asuno.
I missed it. Shrink screen. I said I missed it. I'm sorry. I had the chat screen blocking the image.
Green hair. He's like he's a little kid. Like green hair and a yellow jacket. He's like maybe 14 at best.
Oh wow! Yeah, you can barely see him. Right on. Weird. Oh no, I'm missing out on chat.
Y'all see Mitch gets dick pics on his Instagram? No?
Oh, I did. I did see that. Yeah, I had to laugh.
Oh man.
Perfect. That is perfect. Oh man. That is perfect.
That's gross.
Hey, what are you building? Yeah. I didn't know which one I was building before I started this stream. Well, before I put all the information in anyways.
Yep, we picked it out right beforehand.
Truth be told, we kind of decided this one for me a couple streams ago.
Oh yes, I forgot we did talk about that.
Yeah, it was late. I was feeling apathetic. Oh Jesus! Still hurts. I may not have fully cut. May not have fully cut that. Yeah, I guess it still looks kind of bad, doesn't it?
Yeah. Don't run a file over it. It would. That's my suggestion.
I heal really quickly, which is nice, but still not quite enough.
No fun still.
Oh wait. Oh, nice. Alex is going to send you some dick pics.
Please don't.
You can just like send him mobile sack attack. We had a friend that used to do that a long time ago. Very, very unnecessary. Luckily, He respected our friendship enough to not attack me. He knew that I would not appreciate the attack. But it would be a thing where, like, I would be at work and everybody in the shop but me would get attacked. Like, all their phones would, like, ping at the same time. And then, hilarious when you're not a victim or a party to any of it. Oh, that's a pretty cool looking design. I like that they didn't include a clear glass component. Like a clear.
They did not?
No, it's not. It's just a just the lens, the colored lens in there. Which is fine. I think that's great. Sometimes that extra clear visor component ends up being a hindrance. Now I can really like Maltao the backside of that and really make that bling in there. Poo-poo for the neck articulation on this one. WTF.
Not very good.
Wait, there you go. I had to like.
That's on a lot of the Xeon, especially the kind of Zaku inspired. Their heads don't tend to move very well. That snout. He's got like the snout and that neck collar.
Mm-hmm. This is no collar.
Well, he's got that that samurai back to him.
Oh yeah, it has
back of the head.
It has cowl, yeah, but that's not. I mean, it gets decent rotation. Well, what it was, I think, was everything was just pushed down very far inside the joint instead of allowing the neck to like come up just a little bit. It was all like compressed in, so like weasel it up a little bit. And I've got some pretty decent. I don't really get up and down, but that's just, that's what you lose. All right. There, now the head on mine is done.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm already on the shoulders.
Well, what about the waist?
I need arms before I put a waist on.
I don't want you to waste any time. Well, I'm going to fast forward then.
I'm going to do the feet.
I'm breaking the rules. Throw some putty on where?
I'm going to do the guns first because we know that means you're done.
I haven't been paying enough attention to chat. Was Alex talking to you or to me about throwing putty on?
I'm not sure about the putty thing.
Fair enough. Yeah, because mine's legit.
Oh my god, I just got tagged in Discord and I'm scared to open now.
Sweet. You get a picture, like a little drawing of a stick figure with waving hand that says "Hi," and on his chest is a name badge that says Richard, and it's a dick pic.
You'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
Yeah. Dick pound. Very nice. Alex sent me an old wrinkly dick pic.
Nice. So for the people that are watching are people that already know. Alex, are you going to make it to Mechanism this weekend? This Friday? America time.
America.
I really, really enjoy participating in Mechanism, I must say. It is a riot.
What do they have? Like 5 or 6 guys on there now?
It's been like we have usually at least 5, but it's been like 9 lately. And everybody is building different cool things. Last time James Nozaku Boy was talking about all the scratch building that he's doing on his GBWC diorama. Like
Yes, that guy has died.
scribing bricks and like making a model shop with like printed out like boxes of model kits like glued to the shelf at like 1/44th scale and like all this crazy like detail. And we're just talking tools and just back and forth. And then he's drinking, I'm drinking, whoever is just like chilling and just a riot. Who else is on? So it was Tim, me, James, a very dear friend of mine, Phil. I think Freddie was on, or was Freddie on? No, Freddie wasn't on. Was Angel? I don't know, but there's lots of people come on, and it's always like usually it's a fairly rotating. I think I'm the only other person than Tim that's been on every single time. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Oh, dude, Old School Gunpla was on. He had some cool shit, George, and then this other guy.
Yeah.
This
He's
guy,
one of my favorite people on Instagram to follow.
He's really cool. Yeah, and he was on. He'll probably be on again sometime soon. We've been trying to get Alex on. Hey, Rick first. Alex says, Rick, you at the library?
Ouch.
No, he's not up in Michigan yet. What is that, the UP? Is that why you have to go to the library, or? No, it's almost 11 p.m. Yeah. You're in Florida right now, aren't you, Rick? He's down in the Paul zone. He says no. Well, no. Fine. Oh, wait. Is he in Texas? That can't be right. Because Texas is an hour behind.
Texas is south.
Well, yeah.
It's a song.
I can't believe I just said that. That was one of my sister's sayings when we were young.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Damn.
Work thing this Saturday.
Too bad.
No work.
No, do you think? Hold down the fort. Do the responsibility. Be the ball.
Shoulders.
It's all in the hips. It's all in the hips.
Hips. I'll clean up some of these nubs because I got nubs everywhere. Too many nubs. Start to stick to your fingers and your hands.
This work thing. You know, that's all right, Alex. When you come through eventually to the Mechanism show, it'll make it all that much more worth it. You better bring your zingers and your sassafras, because it's pretty rowdy in a good way. Joel was on last week, and or 2 weeks ago, and he was like, his girlfriend was watching something in the background, and he starts talking about whatever episode is on. He's saying something about how it was the dick episode or something, and we're just like, what are you talking about, Joel? We're talking about models over here, and he's like, oh, this is the dick episode. what? Or no, this is the dick one or something. I don't know what the fuck he was saying. Anyways, it was funny. Fun was had. Because, it's late night Friday. Everybody's a little bit loose. Everybody's just like, oh, fuck, it's the end of the week.
Yeah, just got done with the weekend. Yeah.
That's great. Great fun.
It's pouring out here.
Oh, we had a lot of rain recently.
Yeah, us too. This time of year, Florida, it rains like almost every day at some point.
Tropics. So.
It's usually like between 3 and 5 o'clock it rains.
Almost regularly, I suppose, as well.
Yeah, like every day for 45 minutes it rains.
Oh, that's how it stays so green.
And then every once in a while we get a hurricane.
Well, that'll happen. And then every once in a while you get a hurricane and then get another one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've watched plenty. Are you talking about
Mechanisms, I think.
Mechanism or the dick shows? Which ones?
Your choice, big boy. Chill. Oh, nice. It's the Zelda theme, right? Yeah. He's not talking about any show. That's the real. That's the quote unquote rub, as it were. Oh man, I've been cutting back on my late night snacking, and it is a horrible, horrible thing.
On late night snacking?
Makes me sad to not be able to not let myself snack. I like my snacks.
He just wanted to. No, he was watching. His girlfriend was watching some kind of show with.
Oh, yeah, no, they were watching like Seinfeld or something, or Curb Your Enthusiasm or something along those lines. It was just a funny show that was on, and he just was commenting on it, but while he was live on Mechanism, because the voice chats are all open, even though someone is usually sharing the screen or whatever.
How long do you go, Alex? Do you do 12, 16 hours?
Wait, what's that? Oh,
intermittent fasting.
Oh, the fasting. Yeah, good question. Bite, chew fast, repeat. God damn it, Jeff. Oh, wise guy.
24-hour fast. Yeah, I haven't done it in a couple of weeks, but I used to do I would stop eating at like 7 at night, and I would start eating at 12 maybe, or 1. I would try to squeeze it 2. So I try to eat everything in 6 hours, and then that's.
Yeah, that's strength training or a weight training technique, right?
No, I wasn't weight training. Opposite. I dropped weight.
Yeah, but it's a way to help your body, like train your body to, not.
Yeah.
Overconsume.
Mm-hmm. I did like 1 24-hour fast, but that stuff's hard.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not a fan of it. I get real hangry. You can just ask my wife.
And then just get a migraine after a while.
I do. I get lightheaded and pass out peckish if I don't eat every,
And some people have like different like definitions. Like some people will only drink water. Like that's, part of the fast, like only water or only some particular type of, lemon water or some shit like that. And some people are, still have coffee, some of those things. I cannot go without caffeine for 4 hours.
Yeah, I would have a nasty headache if I went without caffeine.
Yeah. I will. You talk about grumpy. Like you could take away the food, and I'll get grumpy after enough time. But if you take away the caffeine, I'm gonna go like 4 hours and start to be intolerable.
There is no Paul. There is only Zool. Breaks in 2 minutes. Then it's McDonald's. No, I'm just messing around. Could you imagine what your body would do if you fast for 24 hours and then went and hit up a fast food chain right away?
Nope.
I couldn't do it, man. No, I've been trying to go do vegetarian lunches, and I cut back my cheese consumption by about 85%. I used to eat a lot of cheese.
Jesus, just delicious.
I switched it up, and now I'm doing very minimal. And I increased my my strength training a little bit, and soon I'll be adding cardio, which I haven't done this kind of cardio that I'm planning on doing in 22 years. So, we'll see how well this goes. I'm basically just gonna start slow but build back into my old cross country regime that I had in high school. It's a long time ago. But yeah, get back on.
Jeez, parts are the best.
So
for who?
that is perfect. That's why we need to have you on Mechanism, Alex. When you have so many creative people that are also exhausted from their week at work, pooling their minds together, or drinking and pooling their minds together, and yeah, it's hilarious. And I learn a lot of cool stuff.
Not as good as surf. Oh, but
What?
Hard-boiled egg farts are bad too, man. Egg farts in general are just not okay.
Yeah, I have a couple dudes at the shop that are very sulfuric. Pretty gnarly. Summer knows to stay away, so I got to do a Dutch oven, homie. That's just vile. Cruel and unusual. Jerk. I'm fasting. Crunch, crunch, room. That's great, Jeff.
Yeah, I don't take lunch at work most of the days just because of the time.
Oh, that's not good.
So that helps that part too. It's like a forced fast. You don't have time to eat.
Yeah.
It makes it real convenient. What are you working on? What part?
Skirt, homie.
Skirt? You skipping around on me?
I went to the waist. Got a head, got a torso. Got to go somewhere. Got to have a waist.
I did the shoulders, but the arms are actually pretty.
I knew the arms were going to be redonkulous, so I was like, yeah, let's not do that.
Cheater.
You can call me Derek Cheater.
Oh, I don't know if I want to start the arms now.
Should have went to the waist.
No, actually, I would have been done with the waist by now.
Yep.
Some bitch.
You already beyond the legs.
Some bitch.
Y'all are some weird ass. Yes, Rick, we are some weird ass mofos. I assume you too are a bit of a weird ass mofo yourself. Everybody has their quirks.
No.
Salute. Cool. I like this joint for this the hip armor. It's like a just put this together. It's an offset ball joint, like on a wing. This is ABS. Fits into the polystyrene housing here, which I'll have to buff up. This real quick. Oh, nubs down. Could have been worse. All right. But then that plugs into this poly cap back here in the waist, like kind of offset, and it it gives you all sorts. Gives you all sorts of range of motion. What I think would be even better is if I can grab my file, is if this was removed in here a little bit. If we pulled back just a little section in here, we wouldn't lose a lot of strength, but you'd get more back movement out of it, which would, gives you more expression. Anyways, there's probably a big ass. Yeah, there's this goes back here, so that probably impedes the movement.
Yeah, that is
that's kind of cool. Yep, pretty cool. I like it. Hey, Mikey, he likes it. Some life serial history for y'all. Well, that's why you're in the crew, bruh. Because we're all goofy.
Little chest piece, like this cockpit kind of slides out here.
Oh, wow.
Slides back in. Good range of motion, especially down. I hate when you watch reviewers and they turn the head around.
Like completely.
So it does a full 360. I'm like, what the fuck? Why would I have them turning backwards?
Well, it isn't exactly attached to.
They're like, oh look, he can do a full 360. That's how I was gonna pose him.
That's what looking you need,
behind.
The camera is looking over his shoulder. If you're going to
super dynamic pose.
Hey, if you're going to say you're expressing the full range of motion, you better express the full range of motion.
They're like, look, you can rotate the arm completely around.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's great. I'll have him reaching behind him. next model, I'm going to turn his head around and put his arms backwards.
Yeah. Wacky waving, flailing, flailing arm tube man. Wacky waving, flailing arm tube man. All right. I just need to make a cod piece here. Oh, where's my? So here we go. Donovan picked up some clamps. He's in the cool clamp crew now.
Cool clamps.
They are super duper helpful. They're not as precise as Jeff's are.
Ooh. Fancy clamp.
He is a fancy clamp.
Fancy
I heard that's what they used to call him back in grade school. old fancy clamp Longman.
Oh, my cat is meowing at my door. Let's see what's
Nice. What up, kitty? Snap, what the heck is this? Oh, it's still Zelda. What's up, kitty face?
Come here. Want to be on TV? What are you doing?
Let me give screen time.
She's out of here. She's like, nope. I just want to lay on your couch. Whoop.
Well, I think my computer muted me by accident.
Yes, I was going to say, I lost you.
Yeah, I wasn't trying for that. Okay, cool. Not quite sure what happened, but hey, no harm, no foul.
Oh.
It's funny because I thought about muting myself. I even said I was going to, but then I decided I wasn't going to, and it still did it, which is kind of creepy AI. But all right.
Just call me
Clamps.
Clamps.
You want me to put the clamps on him?
Instead of Gramps?
All right, let's get the chat back up. Ah. Oh, here we go. Oh, there we go. Watch out. You'll get the clamps.
Clampsitis.
I'll just go hide out in a snow globe-esque farm on the moon, and you'll never get me with your clamps, Mr. Jeff. Or should I call you Clamps?
The evil Clamps.
That's like a storyline from Futurama.
Clampus.
Clampus? Boo! How dare you defile my beloved Christmas movie horror theme? I'm gonna wait. My initial thought was to cut this in half, because
the thing. I don't do it until I install it once.
Exactly.
They're super loose.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Just gonna just do it off once, install it up, see how it looks, what it does in regards to impeding, and then make that call. I think they call that wisdom.
Wisdom.
Wisdom. I need to learn the other end of that argument. The Will Wheaton argument.
Will Wheaton?
Yeah, you know that one, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't?
Yes.
Oh, good. Whew. Boy. Wow. I was just thinking I should learn Brian's side of that argument. No pun intended. And just to carry it on. Just anytime anyone does that. I'm sure it can be easily modified to hit any, aspect of that gag. Oh, Lord. Whew. Holy cow, things jumped.
I'm here just cooking, grilling them steaks, getting ready to get off that intermittent fasting.
Get done. It's like, oh yeah, fast? Have a steak.
It's ruined. What I have not used in a long time, a nub blaster.
It's I don't like medium rare. I like them cooked a little medium, a little bit more. I want there to be a decent char on the outside, a little bit of tooth to it.
Like a fillet, medium rare, and that's about it. Everything else I do medium. But yeah, I certainly don't want any of that purple color or that chewiness of.
Yeah, you don't want it to be blue.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah. No es bueno.
What do they do for the piping on that kit? It's just like rubber, soft rubber?
Yeah, super, super easy. If I ever do anything fancy to it, I'll upgrade it to metal parts, and springs. Yeah, me thinks this is Lucy Goosey. No. Not exactly. I think it would benefit from being split. Yeah, absolutely.
They're cuttable.
Break yourself. Cuttable. Cut.
Tuble.
I'm just gonna trim the end here to make them smooth-a-voozay. Snagging.
On USA Gundam store right now, looking up.
Colleen, unlike I, has not given up or tried to give up the late night snacking. She says she doesn't need to because she's not fat like I am.
Rub it in.
I know. Yeah, she's like, I'm fat. She never says I'm fat. I say I'm fat. I'm really not. I'm actually right inside my body metric, but that's not what this is about. Ain't about that life.
So Alex, you just having steak, man, or you got some sides to go with it?
Come on, this is Alex. Not gonna have just steak. Come
Just steak.
on.
Have some asparagus to go with it, or
Ooh. Very
some
nice.
taters,
Precious.
eggs, steak and eggs. Okay. Oh yeah, it's the morning there. Okay. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. I like to throw a little bit of onions in there. I like onions on everything.
And caramelized onions. There you go.
Bam. Can't go wrong. Yeah, that's how I cut the tip of my finger off, was slicing up some onions for that vegetarian pizza I made, which was and is still delicious. Now, since you rubbed it in my face that you got the backpack done, I'm going to put the backpack together as well.
I'm at my stopping point for building, I think.
What?
I've got my body and my shoulders. 11:20.
Oh, it's not too bad, I guess. We've been on for a couple hours.
Yeah,
I respect that if you need to jet.
I do.
Okay.
I have a 4-hour meeting tomorrow
Fuck that.
about hurricane preparation.
Well, that's important, so that's
It's not. It's not. It's not 4 hours important.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't get. We get hurricanes occasionally, and
yeah, you guys get. Well, no, you get the rain kills you. It's not the.
we get the storm surge that kills us. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the storm surge. It's the, the rise in sea level that floods the subways. What did I see? I saw some. I think I swear I saw some movie or something recently where it was like New York was fortified and had like a gigantic seawall built around it on the lower side of Manhattan, just like down by the Battery and that whole area down there, Wall Street, all that shit, up past the bridges and on the inside and on the Hudson side. Interesting. Can't remember what movie it was or whatever, but I watch a lot of movies. So
Later, Alex. Have a good night.
night, Alex. Enjoy your steaks, buddy.
Good night, Jeff.
Oh my. Yeah, you gotta get up early. Good night, Jeff. Yeah, I'm probably gonna bounce as well, Paul. We'll just shut this bad boy down. Hey, thanks everybody for coming through. I won't cut it off all abrupt like I did last time. Sorry.
Yeah, thank you guys for hanging out.
Yeah, as always, it's a good time. And if you have any questions or comments or whatever you want to add to this after the fact, like if you watch this in the future, you can ask Paul and I questions. I'll make sure that Paul gets them because this is where we are filming from my station right now, which is chill. But yeah, we're here every Wednesday doing our thing, talking, and occasionally we have guests on. We should have some more guests, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll talk about it, but
we'll figure it out.
Yeah, thanks again. This is live from the Workbench with Paul and Brian, episode 31. And keep building, have fun. And as our friend Joel says, enjoy the hobby for yourself.
Don't enjoy it for anyone else.